Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday morning. Anarchy, right? Y'all know the different definition. The absence of any form of authority, disorder and confusion. Okay. I'd say that's what we've got going on in Colorado right now. And I want you to think about this, okay? Maybe you've noticed these stories coming out, maybe you haven't. Right now in Colorado, you have all these Venezuelan criminal gangs who are apparently MS-13 on steroids, basically taking over apartment complexes and telling the residents, you pay your rent to us now, not to your landlord or anything, you pay it to us. And they show up at your front door armed and say, rent's due. It's the first of the month, right? Okay. And so 4 guys show up with AR-15s or AK-47s and go, give me the rent, you're paying me. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. You don't pay them? Well, they either kick you out if they're nice and replace you with somebody who is going to pay them, or they kick you off the planet. Let's just put it that way. Colorado, liberal as it is, believes that if you put your head in the sand, that's good. The government has said this is all imaginary, that people are making this up, that it's not happening. Even though you have video, Ring doorbell video of this exact scenario happening, they're saying it's all just meant to inflame people. No, it's really happening. The city government will not do anything. The police department. The governor of Colorado will not do anything. The federal government will not do anything. Now I want you to put yourself in their shoes, the residents' shoes. I don't know if you live in an apartment complex, you live in a house, wherever, okay? I want you to imagine just for a second that a gang of murderous thugs is walking through your building, your neighborhood, knocks on your door, and says, pay up. What do you do? This is another reason why community is so important, okay? Because if 4 guys show up on my front door and ring the doorbell, armed, from 2 feet, I'm not going to be able to take out all 4 of them before they get me. That's just reality. If I know ahead of time that they're coming, even 5 minutes, okay, I'm set up and I'm ready, and we're okay. The government's not doing anything. We have anarchy in Aurora, Colorado, and reports are being that they're moving into Denver now. You want to know who's willing to stop this? You've all seen motorcycles drive down the highway. There'll be a group of 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 bikes all go past you in columns, right? Yeah. We've all seen movies. They've made movies about them. You've heard of the Hells Angels. You've probably heard of the Outlaws, too. 2 rival national biker gangs that hate each other. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Apparently, because the politicians, the government, will not do anything to help these people, the Hells Angels and the Outlaws, rival gangs, are banding together, and they are all riding out to Aurora to put an end to this. Now, I want you to think about who these guys are. They deal drugs. They commit murders. They don't care. They don't have any respect for the law as is. I mean, when you've got a name like the Outlaws or Hell's Angels, okay, this is what they do. They will go up and clean up this mess. If I was a Venezuelan gang member in Colorado, I'd be worried because these guys aren't going to show you any mercy. They are not going to play by the rules that civilized society adheres to. They're going to play by the same rules you play by, and they will eradicate you. 100,000 bikers strong are supposedly on the way to Colorado. That's enormous. Even if it's 10,000, 1/10 of what the claims are, that's huge. That will get cleaned up real quick. But Aurora, Colorado, and Denver are going to be a shooting gallery for 12 hours, 24 hours. And there's going to be lives lost. Bad guys and innocents. When the bad guys become the good guys, and the good guys become the bad guys, we have anarchy. Now here's the issue. Are they doing this out of the kindness of their hearts? No, they don't. Groups like these don't do anything out of the kindness of their hearts. Everybody's going to root these guys on to get rid of the Venezuelans. But do you think they're going to go to the apartment complex owner and go, here, Mr. Mega Corporation BlackRock or something like that, you have control of your apartment again? No. There's going to be something in it for them. They're going to extort money from those companies to give them the keys to the castle back, or they're going to keep it for themselves. What we're seeing is potentially the first Mad Max situation of an SHTF event. Live by the sword or die by the sword. Rule by the gun. This is it. This is what's coming to a neighborhood near you unless it's stopped immediately. I would love to know what the government of Colorado at any level thinks is going to happen. I mean, it was pretty obvious. They've been doing this for a few days. They took over one. They're moving on to the next one. It's not going to stop. You need to put an end to it. Now, the funny part is that they went to Colorado, of all places, okay? Now, Colorado is a sanctuary state. It's very blue. Everybody's, oh, kumbaya, right? Easy pickings. Why didn't they stop in New Mexico? That's right, New Mexico's a blue state, but it's pretty poor. Where do bad guys go? Bad guys go where the money is, okay? They're going to go rob the people who have the money. Robbing poor people is not exactly a profitable endeavor. So they went to Colorado because, you know, Venezuelans are so used to 3 feet of snow on the ground in a couple of months, right? You know, they're in their element. No, they went because they knew that's where the money is and there's going to be the least amount of resistance from the pussy hat wearing crowd, okay? I'd like to see them try that same thing in most of Texas. They could probably get away with it in Austin. I'd like to see them try that in West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, because they wouldn't need to bring Hell's Angels or the Outlaws in there. A lot of good old country boys would take care of this problem real quick. This is the future of our country under liberal law. Liberals want everything to be happy and there won't be any problem. We'll just bring 20 million people in, and who cares if a few people get killed or raped or robbed or their houses taken from them. Collateral damage to a liberal is as long as it happens to somebody else. Do you really think Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer give a shit about the people in Aurora, Colorado? They will on November 5th. The other 3 years and 364 days, they don't care, okay? That's the difference between the two parties. Kamala Harris wants to bring all the illegals in and let them run roughshod over our communities. Donald Trump wants to throw every one of them out. I don't want to throw them out. These guys, I want to see them publicly executed. That's what they need, okay? We need to send a message to the criminal element. You come to the United States and you're going to be strung up in the town square. Plan on it. But I want you to think about this. If you live in Aurora, Colorado, you already know. If you live in Colorado, you better be ready. If you live somewhere else, I don't care where, what's your plan? Because these guys are coming. They're not satisfied with one little town in one state. They're not satisfied with one big town in one state. They're going to keep going and going and going and going and going. This is their idea. Think I'm kidding? Look at how the cartels control Mexico. We can just have the Venezuelan gangs control the United States. Are you willing to live in that? If not, you better get ready to defend what you have with everything that you have. Pinball out.